Supreme Lord, eternal truth, let us obey thee alone and live according to truth. Namaste. Good morning, Bande Matram. Welcome all of you. Today we will discuss in brief on a message circulated by Mother. Victory is ultimately certain. The glorious message, the very inspiring message as circulated, as given by the Mother, I think it is during 1955. Victory is ultimately certain. So, this topic we will discuss on the lights of the Sri Aurobindo's writings. So, while again I will try to analyze the topic, victory is ultimately certain. So, when we are talking of the victory, there another one or two terms comes, that is defeat. When there is victory, there is defeat. There is also failure or success. So, few things we will try to discuss in brief on victory. Sri Aurobindo speaks of writes, each victory gained over oneself means a new strength to gain more victories. It is not the war against, it is not a outside war. It is only the inside war. Sri Aurobindo quotes again also in another format. The hidden foe is lodged in human hearts, human breast. A hidden foe is lodged in the human breast. Man must overcome or miss his higher fate. This is the inner war without escape. There is a foe that is lodged well in the human breast. Man has to overcome it. If it is not overcome, then man must be bound, man must be compelled to miss his higher fate. That is there, we know, and this is the truth we see. Sri Aurobindo quotes in the second example, each victory gained over oneself. This means upon oneself, upon himself. Each victory gained over oneself means a new strength to gain more victory. So, one victory, then another victories, like more victories will come. So, victory has to be gained over oneself. Second thing, one can't have crown of spiritual victories without struggle. So, when there is a matter of victory, the term victory is there, naturally side by side, and the same side there comes battle, struggle. One can't have crown of spiritual victory without struggle. Sometimes people may have the ordinary victory for the ordinary purposes, they are happy, but the crown of the spiritual victory, there is struggle, or riches hides without ascent and its labor. So for this crown of victory, struggle is there. To reach the heights, ascent and its labor is there. Man has to do it, man has to perform it. So when he is unable to do, there sometimes ego is the helper and ego is the verb, he has to go. Sometimes he is claiming, although his ego claims the world for his own use, everything is done by me, through me, for me. But man is originally a dynamo in the cosmic work. He has got the limitation. Of course, he has gained something against comparing the ordinary people who are striving outside. But still, he has gained something, but that is very much feeble, very much limited, very much obscure, almost a dynamo which is dynaming, or it is showing light to a very limited distance. So how the things are done in him, then nature does most in him. When the nature can do the exclusively the very top, then God the highest. Then what man has to do? Only his soul's acceptance is his own. He can do only one thing, that he has to accept the soul. Here Sri Aurobindo speaks, for the crown, to have the crown of victories, struggle is a must. To reach the heights, ascent and labor, that is a must. When we fail in our endeavor or stop somewhere else, the magnet of our difficult ascent, the mother is there, she has to take. For that also, the condition is that magnet means we have to become the magnetic substances. And ascent means there must be ascent, and when the difficulties come, difficult ascent, the difficulties come, then only she will take up. So we don't think the aim, the objective is that supramentalization, the divine divinity. For that, we are going for the supramentalization. For that only we are laboring hard. One can't, I want to quote it again, one can't have the crown of spiritual victories without a struggle, or reach the heights without ascent and its labor. Sri Aurobindo, very nice example Mother has quoted here. The greatest victories are least noisy. The manifestation of the world does not proclaim beating of drums. Beautiful observation on supramental manifestation. It is the message. The greatest victories are least noisy. There is no, it comes calmly, it manifests. The manifestation of the new world does not proclaim the beating of drums. So, Sri Aurobindo quotes in Savitri one very beautiful lines: arising from the tragic crash of life. At life, how, what is the formation, what is the position there? Arising from the tragic crash of life. Second, again, arising from the body's torture and defeat. Torture will be there, death will be there. So then out of these two lines, next line comes: the spirit gets mightier with by defeat. Its godlike wings grow wider with each fall. So, well, fall, defeat, failure, these are the things here in the course finally. Its splendid failures sum to the victory. Very nice example we know. Normally we face the crash of life, body's torture and death. Then what happens with these two, arising out of these two, the spirit's position is getting developed, spirit's position getting elevated. The spirit gets mightier by defeat. Its godlike wings, it has wings, but godlike wings grow wider with each fall. With each fall, what we consider fall or failure or repression, that is the only with fall, its godlike wings grow wider. Its splendid failures, not the ordinary failures, the splendid failures are counted, it is summated, summation is taken, sigma, it is got the entire thing got sigmaed. So its splendid failures sum to victory. Then when the victory is there, at the site one term comes that we know, that is also defeat. Why these defeats and the things it is coming, what is the nature it is there. Sri Aurobindo quotes here: as long as a cause has its own has on its side one soul that is intangible in faith, it can't perish. Example, beautiful thing: so long as a cause has on its side one soul that is intangible in faith, so long as the cause is there, it can't perish, it can never perish. Only those are not vanquished who refuse to be vanquished. So this death, torture, strife, class, it is there. So only one who is not vanquished means who refuse to be vanquished. Them who will refuse to be vanquished can never be vanquished. Second message is there: all is not settled when a cause of humanity lost and hopeless. All is settled only when the soul renounces its effort. So here comes the major defeat, major fall. It is not the mental, vital or physical matter. It is when the soul renounces its own effort, then there comes the failure. The soul, with the soul's effort, no victory, no defeat is there. Merely victory with the soul's approaches, soul's advancement, soul's elevation, soul's attempt, the victory is there. Then comes the beautiful message: if thou think defeat is the end of thee, if you think that defeat is the end of thee, then go not forth to fight, even though thou art the stronger. So before going to the battle, if you feel defeat is the end, so better don't go, however strong, however willful, however brave you are. Because before going to the war, definitely there must be that bravery must be there, that strong conception will be there, that ability must be there, that I must win it. So Many times we feel I have failed, I have failed, I have failed. Don't take the failure as your, because God has the secret purpose. The divine has a secret purpose behind the defeat. The death, this defeat, this victory does not come in a single day. It is a progressive process. It is a long-term process. It is a progressive way. It has to be awaited. Defeat is not the end, it is only a gate or a beginning. Sri Aurobindo speaks of defeat is not the end, it is only the beginning. It is only a gate or a beginning. So long we have to go. This is the just inside the gate we are lingering and we are learning here and there. So couple of lines we will take on the failures. It is by great and noble failures that humanity advances. So failure is the most. Sri Aurobindo quotes again, don't believe the man who has claimed I have never failed in life. So failure is there, failure is the pillar of success. So people who claim that they have never failed in life, don't trust these people. They should be denied, they should be rejected, they must be disbelieved. It is by great and noble failures that humanity advances. Sri Aurobindo, next quotes, God alone knows what and how to blunder wisely and fail effectively, because it is his decision. He wants to teach, soul wants to take the experience. God alone knows whether and how to blunder wisely and fail effectively. I have failed, thou sayest. Rather, don't say like this, I have failed, thou sayest, but say rather that God is circling about towards his objective. For that, this failure and the process is victory. These are the steps. He is winding me around. He is taking me in the path that is required, that is favorable for my victory. God is with me. He is taking. How the end shall be vain when God is guide? Then souls that don't aspire is the God's failure. Failure only comes to for those souls that don't aspire. Souls that don't aspire is God's failure. Soul's failure is God's offender. So for them, don't worry. It is the matter of soul. Nothing depends upon the mind and life and body. Distrust a person for the person perfect seeming success. Distrust the perfect seeming success. Let nothing to seem, nothing to examine, but thing is that we have to proceed on. Then let us, towards the end, we'll take couple of lines from the glorious lines of Sri Aurobindo's Savitri. She keeps her will that hopes to divinize clay. She keeps her will that hopes to divinize clay. Failure can't repress, defeat, overthrow. Failure can't repress, defeat, overthrow, because there is a hope. She keeps her will that hopes to divinize the clay. So for the divinization of the clay, failure can't repress or defeat, overthrow. Time can't worry her nor the void subdue. Void and time, it has nothing to do. It can turn downwards. The ages have never made her passion less. Ages is coming and going, but can't make her passion less. No victory she admits of death or fate. Death is there, fate is there. Death, capital D, and faith also capital F. But no victory she admits of death and fate. Always she drives the soul to new attempt. With these failures, with death, with victory, with this void, with these failures, it is taking forward. She keeps her will that hopes to divinize clay. So it has to go on. It has to go forward, to march forward. Then here in the course couple of life, when sometimes we try to escape, but don't to try to escape, it can't bring victory. Escape can't bring the victory, or the escape can't bring victory and the crown. Something thou camest to do from the unknown, and nothing is done. You have to go and you have to struggle.